Hello guys, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is time to get up and start the new day. So let's get up and go out to meet the new day. And the main topic of today's video is the motivation to stop gambling and start new life. Because without personal motivation, recovery from gambling or from any other addiction is simply impossible. Also, in this video, we are going to continue talking about the things that help us manage our stress, anxiety, depression, impulsiveness, fill the void, find the natural ways to get high. So many things we're going to talk about, and I will show you some new practices. But one more time, I would like to emphasize that the main topic of today's video is motivation. Motivation to stop gambling and start new life. Guys, if you remember, in the previous recovery show videos, I was showing some yoga exercise where I was sitting in front of the tree and mentally speaking with it. Today I am going to try another exercise of yoga. Such exercises help us to calm down, to reduce our impulsiveness, and bring more connection with ourselves and the surrounding environment, which makes us feel more joyful about life in general. So let's try this new exercise. We have nothing to lose. It may become one more tool in our toolboxes to fight the gambling addiction. Just before I start, let's listen to what Sadhguru, the famous Indian yogi, says about it.
Choose any one thing about yourself, your breath, your heartbeat, your pulse, your little finger. Just pay attention to it for 11 minutes at a time. Do this at least 3 times a day. Keep your attention on any sensation, but feel free to continue doing whatever you're doing. If you lose attention, it doesn't matter. Simply refocus your attention. This practice will allow you to move from mental alertness to awareness. You will find the quality of your life experience will begin to change.
For the first time, I have chosen to observe my little finger. So let's try and see what happens. Guys, you won't believe. Once again, a miracle happened. These yoga practices are opening an entirely new world for me. Just after the first 2-3 minutes, I started to feel that my heartbeat was slowing down, that I was getting calm, getting filled with peace. And then a miracle happened. I started to feel that my little finger is a piece of art, a creation of some higher power or whatever it is. I felt that there must be someone or something huge behind all this. I started to realize that the entire me is a creation, a spectacular creation of something much bigger and powerful. It was an amazing feeling. I nearly got tears in my eyes. When I was observing my little finger, I saw how diverse it is, how many little interesting things I can see in it. For example, the surface of the skin is carved with most beautiful carvings. It appears, perhaps some of you already knew it, but for me it was a discovery. It appears that our fingertips are carved with some kind of spirals. And those spirals reminded me of our universe. And once again I got a feeling that I'm a part of this universe. And even more that we have one common body. Also, I felt stronger connection with other people and the entire world in general. It may sound crazy or foolish, but just try to understand that I am retelling my own experience, my own feelings that I had during this practice. Nothing else. I'm not inventing something here. So I would suggest that you try it too, as there is nothing you can lose here. There is only things to obtain. So good luck, and let me know how it went. It is a well-known fact in psychology and psychiatry that people will not change behavior unless they are fully motivated. And the desire to change must come from within the person. Otherwise, it will not last long. Furthermore, it has been noticed that those gamblers who have higher motivation to change experience better outcomes. So, once you have admitted to yourself and others that you have gambling problem, you must gain personal motivation that would help you stay on the recovery track as long as possible. Within the next 2-3 weeks, I will publish about 10 motivational videos with the hope to help you get some ideas. However, it is vital that you dig deeper into yourself and look for purely personal motivations. And how to do that we will talk in a few minutes. And now has come time to do some physical activity, to do my everyday physical exercise. Just before I start, I would like to emphasize once again that physical exercise, physical activity is much more than just building muscles. When I am searching on the internet on how to reduce stress, anxiety, impulsiveness, depression, or how to improve my mood, or how to fill inner void, each time I find that one of the most common solutions is physical exercise, physical activity. So I suggest that you start doing them right now, today, without hesitation, and you will see that very soon you will start feeling much better. Oh yes, baby, oh yes, let's do it, Whew.
And now it is time to freshen up, to go and eat some fresh fruit. I will show you my favorite fruit in Colombia, and I think in general. I tried it in Colombia first time in my life, and I fell in love with it. In Colombia, in Spanish, it is called granadilla, 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 depending on how you pronounce certain letters. I pronounce granadilla. This is my Spanish accent here in Colombia. So what I wanted to say, the name in English is passion fruit. And just a moment ago I checked how it is in English, and I couldn't believe passion fruit. So now I am sure why I loved it so much, why I like it so much. Because I'm a passionate guy. I'm a very passionate guy. And my favorite fruit is passion fruit. The fruit of passion. So here it is. They're ripening yet, but I'm pretty sure that I will find at least a couple ready to eat passion fruits. Just let me see where to go. Where to go? Where shall I go? Which direction to go? There are so many, but still most of them are green. But okay, I've got to see, I've got to try find at least one, because I really want it now. They are sweet, but mild sweet, not too much sweet, which is very nice, very gentle sweet fruit. It has been raining, so it's quite wet here and slippery. Let me see. Where are you, my little passion fruit? Let me see you, let me see you. I can see something over there. Something yellowish. Amarillo, amarillo. Ha 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 ha! Look at it! How beautiful it is! And later I will show you how to eat them and how they look from inside. They remind me of a human brain, and you will see very soon why it is so. Also, this fruit, the inside part, reminds me of the movie The Silence of the Lambs with Anthony Hopkins. If you remember, there was a guy eating human brain, hunting for human brain and eating them later. So you will see, I will open it and show you the brain, which is so tasteful. Sweet, mild taste. But only one? Is it only one? Is it only one? Baby, baby, baby. One more similar, but is it ready to eat? Yeah, I think it's okay. Let me take it. So I've got two. Will be just enough for today, at least for this moment. Going to eat them now, open them and show you the inside, how it looks like. Okay. Beautiful place, isn't it? It makes me so calm and quiet, living in such amazing place. So now, guys, I'll show you the inside of this fruit. This is how we open it.
press a little bit, yes, with your fingers, it starts to break down, and look, and you, oppa, like this. You see the brain? Can you see the brain? And I have just checked what's the name of that person in the movie who eats human brain is Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter. Do you remember that? So he was hunting for men and then eating their brain, just like I do. And you know why I do that? Just remembered actually that one of the newer films about Hannibal Lecter take place in Lithuania, or that at least it says that he was born in Lithuania. Something happened with Nazis, if I remember rightly, and then he moved to the United States or something like that. So everything starts in Lithuania. And who am I? Where am I from? I am from Lithuania, guys. So perhaps I am one of his family, one of his relatives. You never know. So just take a look one more time. Human brain. Salute, good taste, bon appetit, buen provecho. What a mildly sweet taste. So beautiful taste, so amazing. Really, really. You must try it if you have an opportunity to buy passion fruit in your country. Just do it. If you have never tried, you must try it. And if there is no passion fruit in your country, I'm inviting you to Colombia. To Colombia. You saw that I have full garden of passion fruit. Okay, guys, Hannibal Lecter continues. And you know, this is life. This is life. This is, you know, all we need to do in our life is to enjoy every day, every moment, every single thing, very small things. We have to start learning to enjoy little daily things. Something like eating this passion fruit, for example. Okay, guys. See you soon. Now let's get back to the motivation. Once again, I would like to emphasize that we need to find personal motivation, inner motivation. It shouldn't come from the side, shouldn't be forced by other people, for example, your family, because in such case, the motivation most likely wouldn't last long. As I mentioned, I will publish some motivational videos soon to help you think about it, but you also need to do your own work. For example, think about your values, your core values. What is the most important for you now or in the past? For example, before you started gambling. Think about your childhood and youth. Try to remember, what did you hope for in life? What did you dream about? How you imagined your life in the future? Perhaps in such a way you will find something useful, something that motivates you again. Also, try to imagine and think how will improve your life if you stop gambling, and what problems await if you continue gambling. Write all the ideas on a piece of paper, on a phone, on a computer, and have them always with you, so that when you feel lost, confused, start thinking about gambling, you could look at the list and find some moral support, some strength to avoid gambling that day at least. I suggest that you constantly add new items to the list, as the more motivations you have, the better. One day more I suggest that you constantly add new items to the list, as the more motivation you have, the better. One day one thing may make more sense to you, another day another. So it would be better if you had at least a few motivations and use them according to the situation. In my case, I have about 15-20 motivations written down, and I always find at least one that makes sense that particular day. Also, it is important that your motivation is not entirely focused on other people, because those people may leave your life one day, and then you would be left with no motivation and would probably come back to your addiction. So please try to find at least a few things that are important to you personally and do not depend on others. For example, some of my motivations are to travel the world, to visit Antarctica, to spend a night under the sky of Sahara Desert, to enter worldwide known university for psychology studies, to learn about my body and mind and my inner world and the world in general, is that we live in this world just once. So why not to explore it to the deepest? I think this is the most important motivation and the main purpose of our lives. To learn about ourselves and the surrounding world as much as possible. And this is just enough to be happy. Also, I must emphasize that if you just stop gambling and do nothing else, the problem will not go away. Because generally speaking, the problem is us, ourselves, and not the gambling. What happens most oftenly is that an addict person just swaps one addiction for another. So, for example, if they stop gambling, they may start smoking marijuana. If they stop smoking marijuana, they may start using alcohol. If they stop using alcohol, they may start using other, stronger drugs. If they stop those drugs, they may get addicted to sex or another similar behavior, and so on and so on. So in order to heal ourselves for good, we need to dig deep into ourselves and look for the deep-rooted problems, deep-rooted reasons that push us towards one or another drug, one or another addictive behavior. And this is where I'm trying to help. But making these videos takes time. And if you would like to speed up the process, you should straight away go and see a psychiatrist or psychologist. The other option, which is the cheapest one, the fastest one, and in my opinion, the most effective one, is to start working with me via online sessions, eye to eye, WhatsApp, Skype, Zoom, whatever. I have created a 12-session recovery program, which normally lasts about 6 weeks. 12 sessions, 2 sessions per week, each session 1 hour. After we have done the program, you will feel way better and you will have all the tools that are necessary for you to avoid gambling in the future and lead a healthy, meaningful, and happy life. And this is the example of how those sessions look like.
How do you feel these days?
Feel okay, you know, but I'm in the process right now to quit gambling.
When was the last time you gambled?
Last time I gambled was 2 days ago.
How many years have you gambled?
Probably like I want to say like 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15, so it's a lot. And you imagine that many things happened.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Hasta mañana.
Buenas noches.
Chao. Hasta mañana.
Ciao.
Now I will demonstrate to you one more practice which will help you to reduce stress, anxiety, depression, impulsiveness, which will make you feel way better. It is the long version of deep breathing, the method created by the famous Wim Hof, the guy who can stay covered in ice for hours and helps people with various diseases from all over the world. You will find the links to his videos where he explains the method and demonstrates it. You will find it under the description of my video, of this video, just below. When I was feeling really bad, I was doing it twice per day, in the morning when I wake up and in the evening before going to sleep. And it helped me a lot. I could say it saved my life. So believe me, it really works.
Hi guys, welcome. This is a guided breathing session. Relax to deep stage. Lie down, sit down, whatever it takes, relax. Are you ready? Here we go. Round number 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Pull in, letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Okay, recovery breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2.
Also, today I would like to talk about one more thing that we must learn to deal with. That is to fill the void that opens up once we stop gambling. Gambling and thinking about it used to take up a lot of our time. Also, it provided us with high bursts of dopamine, our drug. And now, all of a sudden, we're left all alone with nothing. At least we might feel so. So we must find ways to fill this enormous void. How to do it? Basically speaking, we need to look for healthy, pleasurable activities and fill with them our free time. Try to remember
what you liked doing in the past. You may well go back to your olden days, your childhood and youth, and search for the activities that used to make you feel good, satisfied, happy. Also, you can look for the new things. There are plenty of things you could try. I started from physical exercise and long walks along the seacoast, and little by little added more and more pleasurable activities to my daily routine. Now every day I have at least a few things that make me feel really good, no matter what the weather or my initial mood is. I took some things from my childhood. At school I was very good at writing, so I decided to give it a try again. I wrote down some of my adventures in Colombia, which were published in some Lithuanian newspapers and magazines, but that is not of much importance. The most important is that I really like this activity. It makes me feel good, it calms me down. Writing to me is like a therapy. It gives me the opportunity to express my feelings, emotions, my thoughts. I suggest that you could try it too. Another thing that brings joy to my life is the ability to cook my favorite meals whenever I want them. Is that before getting divorced, I didn't know much about cooking. My wife was doing it for me. But once I started living alone, I had to deal with it on my own. And I decided to learn cook all my favorite dishes myself. It took me some time, but now I can eat most precious meals anytime I want. Basically every day I eat something that is very delicious to me. Another thing that I would like to suggest is that you start learning a new language. This activity brings a number of positive things. Not only it fills our free time, but also increases our self-confidence. Because now you can understand and speak with somebody who doesn't know your own language. Believe me, that's amazing. The existing research shows that learning language significantly improves our brain work in general. It has been reported that it strengthens our concentration, memory, general communication skills and problem solving. Then it could be sports. Many addicts, when trying to recover, immerse themselves in sports. About its positive effects, I have already mentioned many times. So you can go to the gym, do workout at home, start jogging or doing long walks, go swimming, take dancing classes, enter some martial arts club, and so on. Also, you can start some creative hobby. For example, learn photography, singing, painting. There are so many things to choose from. So there are plenty of natural and healthy ways to fill the void of gambling. Just do some thinking, some research, try various activities, and choose the ones that make you feel best. You will see that soon much more joy and color will appear in your life.
Time after time, I am being asked by problem gamblers to recommend some reading material. So I'm going to do that now. I'll give you the names of a couple of books today. Here they are. Overcoming Compulsive Gambling. The first book I read when I started reading about gambling in general. So this book was written by Alex Blashinsky, and it says, utilizing cognitive behavior techniques, this is a step-by-step recovery program that will enable problem gamblers to address their compulsions. Using self-help techniques, bad habits can be replaced with healthy ones. So this is the book I read first, and it really gave me a lot of valuable information, and
I started to understand about what is going on with me much better after reading this book. So I really suggest that you read this book too. You can find it on Amazon. I bought a few years ago and I paid like $1 or $2. I don't know what prices you will see, but here it shows to me that you can buy ebook for $4 and paperback for $3.43. So there are options and it is cheap. And you don't need to buy a new one, a brand new one. You can buy used one. So it costs nothing and it provides you with enormously valuable information for your recovery. And the other title is Freedom from Problem Gambling, Self-Help Workbook. Quite a simple, which is very good, well written, easily understandable. So these two books, for this book I will give you a link. Under the video you will find a link to this book, and I can give a link to this Amazon page too, just to give you an idea how it looks like and what it is about. So that is it. Start with these two, and you will see that after reading them, you will know much more about your addiction, your situation, and it will be the beginning of your recovery.